Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lille, France. It's the EuroBasket 2015 semifinal between Lithuania and Serbia, and Kuzmic of Serbia wins that opening tip. So Serbia in the white attacking the basket to your right. The stakes could not be any higher. The stakes of getting to the Olympics, and Teodosic starts off immediately with a three-pointer.
And Teodosic has not been shooting the ball well in the tournament here. If he starts heating up and knocks down some threes, that's going to be extremely difficult for Lithuania to cover everything.
Of course, the winner will play Spain in the final after their dramatic overtime win last night here against the host nation, France. Kalnietis puts the ball on the deck, goes inside, and Kuzmic comes in and grabs the rebound. Bielica puts it on the deck, and Valanciunas knocks it away. Now Sabutis pulls it out. Maciulis and gets inside, goes up strong and scores.
What a take by Maciulis. I mean, he's been able to take so much contact on his drives in the tournament. It's been just an inspiration for the whole Lithuanian squad.
Yeah, his stock was already high, but Jonas Maciulis just taking his game to new heights. And now the ball bounces off of the foot of Teodosic, but winds up with Bielica. 3 on the shot clock. Bounce pass, beautiful play. Valanciunas came over for the swat, and it goes over to Lithuania.
And there you see the active hands there and the reach and the wingspan of Jonas Valanciunas when he blocks the shot. Look at it one more time. Great back there by Teodosic, but Valanciunas is there in time.
We've seen Serbia really cause problems for opponents with that back cut. And Lithuania clearly are ready for it. Maciulis again gets inside the lane, puts it up, and this time a little too hard, but Jankunas with the rebound. Kalnietis this time drives to the basket.
And is Lithuania just attacking the basket in the opening moments of the game?
Teodosic pulls up at the line, good.
And he is also getting into his zone. Look at Milos Teodosic in his own world early on.
Sabutis drives in with the left hand, and Kuzmic gets the rebound. And Sabutis whistled for the foul on Teodosic.
This has to be the strategy there for the Lithuanians early on to attack at all costs. We see the foul on Teodosic because Jonas Valanciunas is not getting any touches on the inside. And if you remember in the previous games, they were looking for him early inside.
Markovic penetrates, goes right down the lane.
He will pick up any kind of points that you give him. Great screen by Kuzmic. He's a wide body.
Valanciunas staying outside right now, hands it to Kalnietis. Maciulis again, bulls his way up and in, and one.
And that's a strategy right there because Jonas Valanciunas is calmly staying on the outside. He's staying on the three-point line. They want to go in with Valanciunas, with Maciulis right here against Kalnietis. They feel they got a more of an advantage there close to the basket. And I have to agree because Maciulis is a physically strong man. Kalnietis doesn't have much of a chance to go one-on-one against him.
Coming off a terrific season with Real Madrid, team that won the Spanish League, the Euro League, the Copa del Rey.
But just give me a short comment on his performance in round of 16 against Georgia.
Well, he just carried his team. He rescued him. He became the man. Now Bielica from long range. And Maciulis skies for the rebound. He just has a certain toughness about his game that embodies Lithuanian basketball. Here he is again. Puts his head down, drives in, misses, but the follow from Valanciunas.
That's a garbage point there for Valanciunas because Kuzmic tried to challenge the shot.
Boy, they are really attacking the rim. Teodosic whips it. Markovic steps in, gets it back, and tough pass from Markovic to Kuzmic.
And I'll tell you right now, Serbia looks dazzled there by the toughness and the aggressivity. of the Lithuanian team.
I think the entire EuroBasket is, to be honest. Let's face it, this is a team that came without some big names of the past, and all they've done is evolve. They've morphed into that same type of Lithuanian team that you just have to have so much respect for. Of course, Jankūnas is a veteran, just like Mačiulis. And Sabutis as well. Here's Kalnietis. Foul before the shot. So Teodosic whistled for the personal.
And Sabutis can create a lot of problems there defensively on the drives. He's a quick guard with an outside shot as well.
Jankūnas backs up. Bielica. And gets in the lane and traveling the call on Jankūnas.
That was a good defense there by Bielica. Really held his ground.
Yeah, I'm not sure attacking in that matchup is a good idea for Lithuania.
I'm really surprised that they haven't gone to post-up situation for Jonas Valanciunas. I mean, he's almost averaging double-double.
Teodosic puts the ball on the ground, is able to get it back. Passes to Kalinic. Kalinic spins, gets inside, is blocked by Mačiulis, but the foul called on the veteran.
And if you watch Nikola Kalinic in the tournament, this is a great story. I mean, the way that his role on the team has risen. I mean, he's a great athlete for his team. I think he's always reckoned as a defender first, but now he's been providing some points on offense as well.
Kalinic misses, and look at the Lithuanian fans. This crowd is amazing in Lille. What a terrific, I love the fact that they've chosen this city to host the event.
And you know, regardless of what team wins, people from that country are getting in their cars tonight, and they are driving down to Lille from Serbia or Lithuania. They are not missing the final.
Kalnietis alley-oop! And Valanciunas came down with it, but draws the foul.
And that was smart for Valanciunas to come down because he's so strong that then you can do nothing but to foul. Look at that one more time. That would have been a tough alley-oop, but he comes down, is clobbered on the way up, but he's going to take 2 free throws.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't an alley-oop pass. Maybe he was just feeding it to Valanciunas.
But I mean, Valanciunas is almost used to it. He's expecting to be clobbered. Takes a lot of beating there around the basket.
Makes the first. He had a really tough game against Georgia, but boy, did he bounce back with a vengeance against Italy.
And what a tournament he's having, 17 points and 9 rebounds.
Those free throws good. And there's Kalinic out of the game now, as well as Kuzmic, and Raduljica comes into the game for Serbia, as well as Bogdan Bogdanovic.
And look out there for the battle of the giants. Raduljica plays only 17 minutes on average, but if he's in the game, the Serbians are looking for him.
But he has not, he hasn't gone up against a player really like Valanciunas the last few games, has he?
That is a good point, but they use him in a pick and roll situation. He's a huge body, the biggest one here in the tournament. And after he sets a pick, he rolls to the open spot. That's what he's been getting the points from. So it's not that he's going to go one-on-one, a typical post-up situation. He's going to get the ball in motion.
So Bogdanovic is a perimeter threat. Here's Teodosic, and a foul called before. And Teodosic needs to be careful here. It's quite clearly the whistle was blown before he even left his feet. So the foul called on Kalnietis.
It was on the screen. Kalnietis got kind of hung up there on the screen, was fighting over, and he fouled Teodosic. But Teodosic is looking really aggressive here in the first minutes. He's leading the competition in assists, but have not been able to shoot the ball so well like we know.
And his bounce pass goes out of bounds, and it looked like Jankūnas blocked Raduljica's pass to the basket.
Exactly, he was ready. This was the situation. Look at this is the screen and roll, but Jankūnas just extremely alert there from the weak side.
You're watching a tremendous encounter here And right now, Lithuania are showing you what they're all about. This crowd is right behind them as well. It's like a home court advantage. Now Mačiulis loses control and keeps the pressure on Markovic, but only 5 seconds will be on the shot clock here for Lithuania. Kalinic had a tough game the other day, and he's had a tough start today.
And there was a lot of contact there between Mačiulis and Bogdanovic. You saw that post-up. I mean, Bogdanovic was just meeting that post-up by Mačiulis with force. And he's played with some health issues throughout the whole tournament.
Kalnietis makes the pass, goes out of bounds. Now it's going to be, with 4 seconds, they're going to inbound it underneath the basket. He was trying to pass it, I think, to Valanciunas. And Mačiulis gets it inside. Ball knocked out of his hands. Now 2 seconds on the shot clock. Now Mindaugas Kuzminskas is going to check in. Well, it's good defense from Bogdanovic. He just reached in and knocked it out of his hands. 3 fouls in Serbia, 4 in Lithuania. So any more fouls for Lithuania. Kuzminskas comes in for Mačiulis. Get a little length there, but you lose the brawn and perhaps the toughness of Mačiulis. And they get it to Milaknis, had a good look. Teodosic had a hand in the face. Valanciunas now has to guard one-on-one Raduljica. And Raduljica didn't look comfortable taking that shot.
He did not. Actually, you were right. This is the first time that he's meeting such a big body like Valanciunas.
Kalnietis to Milaknis. And good defense, it appeared, from Markovic, but he's called for the foul, and he is saying no, 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 and I think I agree with him.
And that's a tough passing angle. Look at it one more time. I don't see any kind of a passing angle to Jankunas there.
I mean, the only thing he did have his right arm on the back.
I mean, I would almost expect a lob pass there to Jankunas, who was a lot bigger than Markovic. I don't know why they went with the bounce pass.
Chance of Lietuva. And Raduljica reaches in. Now, Milaknis again puts up a 3. That's time, hits it.
He is a spot-up shooter. He's not going to force anything, but he will patiently wait for his open three-pointer.
So the boos rain down on Serbia here from so many Lithuanian fans. Bogdanovic from the right corner. And Milaknis gets the rebound. We have seen Serbia fall behind in some of their recent games, and they've been able to come back. But this is a Lithuanian team that's pretty darn good. Valanciunas tries to bank it in. Now Raduljica. Markovic puts up a 3, short. Wonder if we might see the introduction of Nedovic soon.
That was a quick shot here by Markovic. I didn't expect him to take an early 3 like that.
Kalnietis and his pass intended, I think, for Valanciunas. And
how about the story of Mantas Kalnietis getting a bad injury to his shoulder, separating his shoulder and breaking his collarbone before the World Cup in Spain last year, and just making the recovery. Played only 7 games there with his club, Lokomotiv Kuban, but now he's ready for the national team duty, just making a rare mistake. What a story, huh? Just to come back and play for Lithuania and lead the team.
He's incredible. Jankunas out. Mačiulis comes back in. I remember watching him at the 2006 FIBA Basketball World Cup, Kalnietis, and really exploded onto the scene.
That's a really small lineup there for Lithuania with Jankunas on the bench, so they're going to go with Kuzminskas at 4.
Although Mačiulis plays pretty big for his size. Here's Bjelica from the corner. Good!
And you cannot lose track of him. In the first 2 games in the group, he was playing like a true leader. They turned him the professor and the doctor of Serbian basketball.
Oh, they find Valanciunas wide open.
There's no help side, neither from Bjelica nor from Bogdanovic. I'm not sure if they wanted to get in the way of Jonas Valanciunas coming down with authority.
Teodosic over to Simonovic. And Simonovic falls down, is able to get it back. Passes over to Bjelica. The Serbians under a lot of pressure. And Bjelica, though, the brilliance of Bjelica.
And he's starting to play like the reigning EuroLeague MVP. That was his best season in his career at Fenerbahce Istanbul.
Kalnietis drives down the lane and dunks it.
Look at Kalnietis just exploding.
These fans are crazy from Lithuania. And it goes, this time Bogdanovic catches it down low and scores with ease.
And that was a great look from Teodosic. Just zipped the pass through the defense. And the Lithuanians paid the price.
Milagnis looks for space, now to Maciulis. He's going to take Teodosic. No, he's going to pass it to Valanciunas. And Serbia come up with a steal. Teodosic in the open floor. Brings it out to the right. Now inside to Raduljica, swatted. And swatted again. Valanciunas on the SWAT team.
And he raised his finger. No, no, no. Not in my house, Miroslav. What a defense by Valanciunas. Two big bodies clashing.
Valanciunas thought about the jumper and gets the foul called on Raduljica.
But I'm inspired by the battle of the Giants on the block. I mean, Raduljica good 140 kilograms and Valanciunas 130. This is the fake. Valanciunas uses his quickness against Raduljica in the open court. And look at the defense right here. I mean, Raduljica is not used to getting his shot blocked in this tournament.
Teodosic takes a seat along with Markovic. And he's barking at the Turkish referee. Valanciunas, meanwhile, at the line. And Nedovic has come into the game, finally, for Serbia. Of course, spent this past season back in Europe after a sojourn to the NBA. And Zoran Ersic also going to come in now for Serbia at the next dead ball. So here he comes. Valanciunas comes out, and Kavaliauskas comes into the game.
And that's a reaction by Coach Djordjevic. Go small, because Kavaliauskas is subbing in there for big Jonas Valanciunas. So you're going to see Zoran Ersic actually playing 5. Watch out for him shooting the three-pointer.
So Lithuania now in a zone. Or is it a sagging man? No, it's a zone, isn't it? Bjelica hands it off, and Nedovic scores. You're not supposed to score that easily, are you?
Not, but look at Bjelica just creating for his teammates. I don't think there was anybody to really contest the shot by Nedovic.
Kalnietis, the jumper, good, he's feeling it.
That's really important because Mantas Kalnietis has not been able to shoot from the outside with consistency.
Well, much maligned over the years. People don't think he's a true point guard, but all he does is win. Nedovic gets into the lane, puts it up, and draws the foul. So Nedovic making an immediate impact off the bench.
And Sasha Djordjevic has said many times that Nedovic is the best athlete there is on his team. I mean, he can just take off. You mentioned the zone defense. You see the drive by Nedovic. They actually start in the zone, and after 3-4 passes, they switch back to man-to-man.
Yeah.
We saw that against
Italy. I got confused looking at it. I was like, is that a zone? And then they changed. He misses the first. Of course, Nedovic played in Lithuania. Lietuvos Rytas.
That's where he started.
And then he decided to go to the NBA. Makes 1 of 2. Spent last season with Valencia in Spain. And he'll be with Unicaja Malaga. Now Kalnietis. Final 9 seconds of the opening quarter. Bjelica reaches in, takes it away. He's got time. He loses it, puts it up just at the last second, and frustrated with himself, grazes the outside of the net. But Lithuania will take a 22-17 lead here at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter action underway here in Lille. Mačiulis is on the bench now with a couple of fouls, as well as Sebutis for Lithuania. So Kavaliauskas is in, Kaunietis, Milaknis, he got the ball, steps inside the arc, misses. Jankunas tried to get the rebound, but Serbia come away with it. Kuzminskas is back in the game. And a blocking foul called on Milaknis. And for Simonovic, Bogdanovic, Bjelica, Nedovic, and Erceg are on the court for Serbia.
How about Zoran Erceg that wasn't the X factor in the last game when he had 20 points. He was 6 for 7 from the field and 3 for 4 from the three. He can stretch things out there for the Serbian team. Probably the best shooting power forward there is in the tournament. But again, look at the Lithuanian defense. I mean, the Serbians almost have a problem to inbound the ball. The physicality is there for Lithuania.
Kavaliauskas has got an issue over here at the table now that the referees want to sort. There's 17 on the shot clock. Bjelica, meanwhile, comes over, takes a seat. Simonovic in the game. Djordjevic looking on. So they've resolved whatever that problem was. So Kavaliauskas is going to have to guard Raduljica. It could be one to watch. And the reach and the foul. So Jevtokas hasn't come in yet for Lithuania, so that's a important tactical switch, I guess.
They go with the speed. Jevtokas does get some run, but he's there mostly for his experience in the locker room as the team captain.
Kavaliauskas is trying to fight for position, and Kuzminskas went way up to get that rebound.
But he's so explosive and long, you can expect that kind of play from him.
Sebutis gets it to Kavaliauskas. He goes right at Raduljica, puts it up, and Raduljica won that battle.
There was absolutely no way that Kavaliauskas had a chance over Raduljica.
Now he's trying to push Raduljica out. Raduljica comes up to set the pick. Now he's going to roll, but it's going to be Bogdanovic, who's denied by Kuzminskas with 11 on the shot clock.
And Kuzminskas just staying there, denying the passing lane, gets his hands on it. Look at that right here. They are just staying face to face, chest to chest with the Serbians. That was a great defensive play here by Raduljica.
It looked like he may have got a little bit of arm there. Bogdanovic wants to launch the three. He does, and he misses. Jankunas comes down with it. Reinaldas Sebutis over to Jankunas. Remember that big three-pointer that Jankunas hit against Italy? Bounce pass to Sebutis, and he gets there. Lithuania giving the Serbians a little taste of their own medicine.
They catch Nedovic sleeping defensively. Great backup.
Teodosic back in, launches the jump shot, and Raduljica comes over the back.
And he is frustrated. Raduljica just have not been able to do anything there offensively. Just cannot establish his rhythm at all. Look at it one more time. He just runs down Kavaliauskas. Just get out of my way, but the referees see that.
And that was the backdoor cut.
What great spacing. You need to space out the floor to have a chance for the kind of play.
Milaknis working against Teodosic. And Sebutis puts it up and in. And I think Nedovic has gone down hard, called an elbow
from Sebutis.
Djordjevic.
That was on the square up right there. Sebutis squared off against Nedovic, and he caught him with the elbow in the face. It happened right in front of us here on the left side.
Watch this. He got him right on the eye, you know, and we talked about the physicality of this Lithuania team.
At the same time, you have to expect this kind of contact if you're Nedovic and you're really coming close to your player and you're sticking him.
So Nedovic out of the game. Markovic goes back in. Markovic passes up the open jumper, but foul called on Lithuania.
It is on Kavaliauskas. He is just having a battle. The battle of the beards in the post. It was actually Seibutis, though, that hit Raduljica in the back.
Yeah, because Kavaliauskas, he can't believe it. And
Right.
we know why now, because we just saw it. I think they got the wrong man. He might have a shiner when he wakes up tomorrow. These are bonus minutes, though, from Kavaliauskas.
Yeah, we didn't see much in the round of 16 and the quarterfinal.
So anything he gives them is good news. Markovic spins, gets inside. He was short. And then Kavaliauskas fumbled it. He couldn't quite catch it. It went to Markovic, but he was standing out of bounds.
I am most impressed with the player of Lithuania. I mean, if you ask your team to come ready to play, I mean, everybody, as you see Markovic here missing the layup. And there's a slight mistake there by the Lithuanians and not collecting the rebound, but they have come 100% ready. What an attitude to the game.
Well, we know they're battle tested. They've had to really win some close games. Malaknis. Sbutis gives it to Kavaliauskas. He dumps it down low to Jankunas. Then Dogas Kuzmitskas right at the shot clock buzzer. Kavaliauskas hits it out. And Kuzmitskas backs up Bogdanovic. Puts it up off the glass and in.
What a patience right there by Kuzminskas. He did not rush anything, just waited patiently for his back to the basket shot when he had a mismatch against Bogdanovic.
So what will Serbia try to get out of the timeout? Erceg. Well, Bjelica puts it on the deck, hands it off, and Raduljica comes in from the side and dunks it.
And finally something good happens there for the Serbians. You saw there was a good patience and execution. A lot of ball movement and extra pass to Raduljica, who finishes it strong.
I think even Kazlauskas admired that play by the Serbians. Kuzmitskas for three. And now Serbia with the rebound. Teodosic. Over to an open Markovic. Short.
What a great job by Valanciunas to contest that three-pointer by Markovic. Just made it really difficult for him to shoot it.
Listen to the Lithuania fans. They are going nuts in Lille. Valanciunas falls down, gets it, throws it up. 3 on the shot clock. Are they going to get a shot? Jankunas hurls one up and it's short. Now Serbia off and running. And they say the shot clock buzzer.
Djordjevic is not happy about the buzzer just stopping their fast break, or a chance to the fast break.
Seibutis out, Malaknis in. This started as a 24-team tournament, four 6-team groups. Teodosic, and just gets into the lane and puts it up off the glass and in.
He is just fearless when he drives the ball. Just not really a vertical kind of player, but he attacks you and draws the contact.
Serbia in his zone, 2-3. Kalnietis, and he gets it to Valanciunas.
Extremely difficult to guard because Jonas Valanciunas sets such a quality pick and then he rolls. Huge target there on the roll when he's on the move.
Bounce pass to Raduljica, and Raduljica travels.
He's been struggling. He cannot get going anything in the post or one-on-one situation because he's facing Valanciunas. Now he gets it on the run. Look at it one more time. And immediately, Jankunas is coming to him. This is so difficult. That's almost a patented play there between Kalnietis and Valanciunas.
Kalnietis now over to Malaknis. Kuzminskas drifts in, puts up a reverse layup and in.
And that is a veteran move. I apologize to Kuzminskas if I call him not battle-worn veteran, but here he played like one.
Teodosic floats in, finally gets it to Raduljica where he can do some damage, and he draws the foul.
And that's a good move by Raduljica to immediately attack Valanciunas. He cannot get intimidated. He has to attack Valanciunas, draw the contact, put him on his heels, make him foul him. That's a good job by Raduljica. His only problem with Raduljica, he's not extremely vertical. Look at right here, the reverse lane there by Kuzminskas. He gets high, doesn't he?
And look who was on him. It was Raduljica. He was almost riding his back. Raduljica makes that first free throw. They're all important right now, especially for Serbia. There's Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic.
I really believe that in this tournament we have not seen 100% healthy Bogdanovic. He was complaining of back spasms and pain since game 1 in Berlin.
And Bjelica comes out and gives away a cheap foul. That's number 2. He'll be off to the NBA after this. Minnesota going to have a very good player. Kalnietis looks, gets it again to Valanciunas, and this time Raduljica was in position.
A lot more alert because also Bjelica was collapsing down there defensively.
Pass inside, breakdown by Serbia on defense.
That's a huge breakdown because Lithuania had only 5 seconds on the shot clock. They had to take a quick shot.
And Bjelica has the ball knocked out of his hands. Goes out of bounds to Serbia.
And Djordjevic is just saying, calm down, guys, calm down.
You cannot give that away on an inbounds play.
That's a cheap basket that Lithuania just scored right there.
Teodosic dribbles around, finds Raduljica, takes the contact. And I think he wanted to foul, but he goes up, holds his composure well.
And that's a great way to use the body. This time it was a switch. So Jankunas was actually guarding him.
Milaknis fouled by Teodosic. And that'll be Teodosic's second foul.
How do you like Milaknis? I mean, coming off the bench, I haven't seen him make a mistake.
I had my doubts about him being in this team, to be honest, beforehand. I mean, I think he's certainly surpassed my expectations.
I just like the way that he plays. He does not really force anything.
He doesn't have to do quite as much as he did last season with Žalgiris. Oh, Markovic read the pass. Here he comes. Oh! The SWAT team is Mantas Kalnietis hurried down the floor.
Are you kidding me? What an athletic play by Mantas Kalnietis. He did not give up on that layup.
Look at the Lithuania fans. Lithuania basketball country. They are going crazy. Look at this. This just had 2 points written all over it. Oh, did he get it off the glass in time? Oh. No. I think it was a good call. You think he got it? You think it was a goaltend?
Yeah, it was too late, I think.
It was close. Well, here's another chance. And Bjelica couldn't quite get it. And boy, that is just unlucky for Serbia. They were all over Lithuania, and they just couldn't pick up the ball.
And Valanciunas gets fouled. When he picked up the ball, I mean, look at Markovic just immediately storming in. He is not happy about it last play. But you have to give it to Kalnietis. I mean, he was good 2 meters behind. Markovic just chased him down and exploded.
Kalnietis has helped you in so many ways. We've seen him, there he is catching a breather, having a conversation with his coach. We've seen him do it defensively. We've seen him push the ball up the floor. We've seen him hit the jump shot.
And that was such a huge blow to me, even personally, when I saw him injured, traveling to Barcelona last year to support his team in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Just seeing this guy injured, I mean, it was just tearing your heart.
Yeah, yeah. Because he's all about the national team.
And you knew right away it was a serious injury.
Valanciunas misses. So it's a 10-point lead, 3 minutes remaining, and Serbia only down 10. They can get some points and get a couple of stops. They'll be right where they want to be. Raduljica turns, puts it up. Strong move, but couldn't finish. Kuzminskas is in with Jankunas, Valanciunas, Kalnietis, and Sabutis. Seen a couple of turnovers with the Serbian pressure. See if they can keep it on. Sabutis puts the ball on the deck, takes a very difficult shot, and Raduljica with the rebound. And they're going to dry off the ball, I think.
Yeah, Bogdanovic was saying to referee Perez that the ball is completely slippery.
From sweat. Bjelica comes out of the game. Kavaliauskas back in for Valanciunas. Valanciunas has the one foul. So see if Raduljica can have any joy here going up against Kavaliauskas. Bogdanovic. The ball is dry. And he drives out to Markovic, and that's good. And a foul called on Kavaliauskas, which is going to keep the ball in Serbia's hands. This could be a huge trip down the floor.
This could be a 5-point turnaround right here. There's a big-time battle going on.
Could be a 6-point turnaround.
Kavaliauskas and Raduljica, I mean, they fought it before. Look at it one more time right here. And it was a push, 2 hands. He put 2 hands on him and he extended. That was a forearm shiver.
I'll tell you what, Raduljica's no pushover, is he? Although he did get pushed over that time. He's at the line, so yeah, you're right. He gets the free throws, so it's 5 points is what they can get out of it. That is a shooter's roll.
That is, and it was a 10-point lead. Going to the timeout, it could be a 5-point lead right now.
See, the Lithuanian fans are like, what's happening? They just scored a basket. It should be our ball, but indeed, Raduljica makes it. So just like that, they have the deficit. So having trailed by as many as 11 points, Serbia now down by just 5. Serbia applying the pressure, the foul on Markovic.
I think it was a kick ball, but Markovic is just all over Kalnietis. I mean, he doesn't give him any breathing room. I think those guys there, they're going to be wiping off the floor a lot. As you see them. I mean, the intensity has been phenomenal this semifinal number 2.
Kalnietis puts up a jumper, short, and now Markovic looks up the floor. Serbia with a chance. Might Lithuania go back with Maciulis? The pass to Markovic, over to Erceg, wide open. Rims out. But the hustle from Serbia, they get it back. Good play from Markovic.
That's what he's known for. It's what he does for his team.
And fouls, one on Raduljica, one on Jankunas. Too much going on there, and that is very costly for Serbia with Raduljica picking up his 3rd.
Absolutely. He was just establishing himself in the post. He's got 8 points in the game, and he was trying to look comfortable. It just picks up the offsetting foul right here against Jankunas. It is a battle, but the referees just want to keep it under control. You don't want things to escalate. I understand why they call the offsetting foul.
So Raduljica has to come out of the game. And Bjelica will re-enter. What if they'd be tempted to put Valanciunas back in?
I thought he was kind of checking in and then just walked back to the bench.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Bogdanovic, now 4. Bogdanovic, that's off to the left. That's an air ball. Machulis hands it off. Sabutis. Oh, and the pass from Yankunas. He thought Sabutis was going to go back out, and Sabutis was running towards him.
He was expecting the handoff. There you see Radulica on the bench. Look at him one more time. Pass off, and Yankunas is passing it back to Sabutis. Sabutis thinks it's going to be a handoff.
Threw it off his head.
He didn't really expect that pass.
So the final 49 seconds here of a thrilling first half in the semifinal. Serbia and Lithuania. Serbia starting to make some inroads. And Teodosic. And a foul called on Yankunas.
Absolutely, great call, great call. But what Coach Kazlauskas is saying right now is the ball, after it was shot by Teodosic, it hit the top of the backboard. And
it was rolling across the top of the backboard. Watch.
Then it should be a ball for Lithuania, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
This is what he's arguing. So Teodosic is Yankunas now. 2 fouls. Valanciunas coming in for Yankunas. And it's interesting, Serbia can get it to just 3 points, the deficit.
That's a huge comeback there to the game. Those 11 points.
Don't forget they have the deficit on one trip down the floor. Now Teodosic gets it to 4, so the Serbia fans can breathe a little bit easier. He started well, Teodosic, and then it's kind of just been lost in the chaos. Makes both free throws. So Teodosic is out and Simonovic in the game to play defense. If they would hurry up, they might get 2 for 1. Malaknis. Oh, Kalnietis had to catch that under pressure. He's going to put a wild shot up, and he gets nothing, so it goes back over to Serbia.
And if early on it was all about Lithuanian defense, I think that now for the last 3 minutes, the Serbians have really picked it out themselves.
They can tie the game, George, with a 3. This game has really changed in the last few minutes.
Well, they got all great three-point shooters. Any of these 5 guys that are on the floor there for Serbia, as you see the replay. Actually, the Lithuanians are saying that the ball hit the rim, but I don't think so. Watch out now. Anybody can score a three-pointer for Serbia.
Here comes Teodosic. Final 5 seconds. Bogdanovic goes up and puts it in. And you got to say, for a team that's been trailing in the first half by as many as 11 points, Serbia have swung the momentum. Second half action underway here in Lille at the EuroBasket. The semifinal between Serbia and Lithuania. Serbia in the white trailing by a point. They were down by 11, but they made a run at the end of the first half. Simonovic puts up a 3, no good. Bjelica gets the rebound.
Valanciunas going to really have to get out there.
Serbia hit 3 3-pointers, and Jankunas called for the foul, trying to box out Zoran Erceg.
And that's a second offensive rebound or a third chance there for Serbia to put points on the board. Lithuania got to do a better job of controlling the boards. It's not a bad box out here by Jankunas, but he just uses his hands.
So Jankunas picks up his third foul and has to leave the game. Mindaugas Kuzminskas re-enters the contest. Markovic gets back inside, puts it up, and missed the layup.
Oh, I thought he was going to shoot it with his left hand. Why did he go back to his right hand? It would have been an easy layup for Markovic.
Kalnietis gets inside, and he misses. Now Bjelica with the rebound, over to Teodosic, and Kuzminskas fouls Teodosic.
And look at both teams' shooting percentages from beyond the arc. 20% there, as you see the foul on Teodosic in fast break. 20% for Serbia and 17% only for Lithuania. And I don't think you have to give the credit to defense. I think it's just the players missing some open looks. They were getting a lot of good looks there on both sides.
Teodosic gets inside, is pinned by Valanciunas.
That is almost a statement by Valanciunas.
Oh, they find Sabutis inside. He gets it over to Valanciunas.
And that's a great team play. Extra pass from Sabutis to Valanciunas.
Simonovic passes over to Markovic. Remember, Radjulica has the 3 fouls. Or Erceg. And Kuzminskas battles for the ball, and Maciulis comes down with it.
The Serbians really crashing the boards there offensively in the second half, getting their hands on almost every ball.
Now Valanciunas goes to work on Erceg, and he was fouled.
Let's see if it's on the floor. I think so. It was before the shot was taken. Yep.
Erceg was not going to let him make this shot. Watch.
Look at the block by Valanciunas. He just pinned it to the backboard. And the extra pass, Valanciunas scoring 2 points. He's the leading scorer with 13 points for Lithuania.
Well, he's the key man tonight, no doubt about it. Now here's Kuzminskas. Works his way up against Bjelica, and he takes Bjelica and 1.
He takes Bjelica to school on that possession. What a move by Kuzminskas. He was shaking and baking and spinning to the basket. 2 points for Kuzminskas.
Well, I'll tell you what, that move right there is raising some eyebrows from Mindaugas Kuzminskas. He has been huge.
Off the bench.
Not only tonight, but earlier in this tournament. And remember, he came in for Jankunas after he picked up his 3rd foul. So Kuzminskas now with 7 points. Lithuania back up by 6. Bjelica goes up, and Kuzminskas with the rebound. And Kalnietis just lost control of the ball.
And Kazlauskas just cannot believe that just happened to such an experienced player as Kalnietis. He was talking to one of his teammates, calling a play, and the ball just slips out of his hands.
Milos Teodosic from outside the arc, and Valanciunas kept it alive, and Maciulis comes down with the rebound.
Teodosic just cannot find his mark throughout the whole tournament. After making the first 3-pointer, he's now 1 for 4.
Maciulis comes back, hands it off to Kuzminskas, and he puts it up, and the foul. And certainly if we were concerned about how Lithuania would be able to hold off this Serbian team right at the start of the second half, I think they've answered us. They've come out strong. And a lot of it has been Kuzminskas.
He's been in attacking mode, using his quickness and size to penetrate the Serbian defense. And if you said that it was maybe the worst half that you saw from Serbia in this tournament. I mean, look at the entry to the third quarter. They haven't scored a point in 3 minutes.
Machulis behind the arc, puts it up and off the rim, but Kuzminskas gets the long rebound and he traveled. I thought he did drag his foot just a little.
Let's see the replay if we get a chance. It was a long rebound after the three-pointer by Machulis. Oh yeah, absolutely. The right foot.
So 11 turnovers for Lithuania, 5 for Serbia. Nedovic was hanging, but Mindaugas Kuzminskas read it. He hustles down. Erceg gets it back. Shot clock down to 5. Nedovic for 3. Machulis now on the run for Lithuania and decides to hold it up. Gives it back to Kalnietis.
That's a smart decision there by Machulis. That's a mismatch. Kalnietis against Erceg.
Kalnietis penetrates, gets it, and tried to get it to Valanciunas.
But that was a wild situation there for Mantas Kalnietis. I mean, he got caught in midair. Didn't really know where Valanciunas was over the head pass, and it's a turnover there for Lithuania. He was not under control at all.
No, he's got to play with more control. He's had a couple of turnovers here. Still only a 6-point lead. Well, 5 turnovers on the game. And Bogdanovic, an easy one.
He fakes out Machulis. Machulis just completely went for that fake. That's actually first 2 points there for Serbia in the second half.
Kuzminskas for 3. And Valanciunas called for the foul on Erceg.
That could have gone either way because there's so much battling going on between Erceg and Valanciunas.
And now Serbia with a chance to get it back to 2 or 1.
That's a great call there by Oleg Zlatiševs. I mean, Valanciunas was the first one to hook him from underneath.
Bogdanovic. And now, is it Sabutis that's called for the foul? Trying to box out Nedovic. And that is foul number 4 on Lithuania in this quarter.
Same thing. That's a hook right there. Nedovic, such a great athlete. He got a running start, and Sabutis had no other choice. Otherwise, it would have been a tip in there.
Bogdanovic, it's online, good!
Finally, he gets one to drop. That is a huge three-pointer, and Bogdanovic is fired up. He is only 1 for 5, but he hits a big one after missing first 4.
Kalnietis over to Milaknis. That's off to the left. And Nedovic with the board. Serbia can take the lead. Entry pass stolen. Kuzminskas avoids the foul, gets it back, and then doesn't catch the ball. It goes back over to Serbia. Well, we'll see how Lithuania respond out of the timeout, and also whether or not Serbia can keep this comeback going. They could take the lead. And 3 seconds to call on Raduljica.
Oh, he was standing there awfully long time, but I have to say that I thought that the shot was going to go up, so Raduljica was just trying to establish himself there for the offensive rebound.
Classic showdown here, and Valanciunas, now he's facing Erceg. Puts his head down and turns it over. Good job from Erceg.
That is tough there for Valanciunas, and a great job by Erceg. He kind of got out of his way. So look at it one more time. He just moves his feet. It's all about moving his feet, and Raduljica kind of helped him there from the middle.
Yeah. We should have passed out of it. Kazauskas thinks he was fouled.
But I agree with your assessment. I think that he has to be careful about looking for his teammates. Somebody had to be open.
Look at this atmosphere, folks. You can hear it, you can see it. And now a foul called on Machulis. Third foul on Maciulis. 2 shots. Serbia can go back in front. Watch this. How is that a foul on Maciulis?
Well, he kind of hooked Radulica when he was trying to swing around. I think that's what he's saying out to the referee. But hey, Maciulis is a tough guy, and he knows every trick there is in the book, okay? So you better watch him very carefully when he comes around those screens if you're a referee.
Radulica, 65% field goals for the tournament, just 33% today. So he ties it, and he puts Serbia in front. So they get the lead back with 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third. Kuzmic comes back in with Radulica having the foul trouble.
And that was important that Radulica didn't pick up his 4th foul because he had 3 fouls at the half. So good entry there by Radulica, and not to pick up his 4th foul.
Oh, what a play from Serbia! Terrific steal from Nedovic.
That's what he does. You can never be so sure about the pass if Nedovic is on the floor.
So some adversity here for Lithuania now in this game. They are up by 11. Now 3 points is the lead for Serbia. Valanciunas gets fouled by Kuzmic.
And that is a strong hack there in the post by Ognjen Kuzmic. Look at the post up. Valanciunas turns, but Kuzmic just immediately goes for the foul.
Look at that steal from Nedovic.
That's why Coach Djordjevic always says he's an incredible athlete.
Somebody's got to step up for Lithuania. Who's it going to be? Milaknis has a chance, and he was short. Good pressure, but Kuzminskas battles and gets the ball back. Kuzminskas backs up his man, puts it up, no good. Valanciunas hustles, and Nedovic throws it off of Valanciunas.
What another hustle play there by Nedovic. I mean, he is fighting right now. And it's been so difficult for Lithuania to score the partial score in 7 minutes. It's 9 points for Serbia, 5 for Lithuania. I mean, we have seen some serious defensive struggle here.
Well, the Lithuanian fans are booing, and the Serbian fans are making a lot of noise for their team as well. Erceg backs up Kuzminskas. Oh, good read from Maciulis to bat it away. Maciulis gets it back, goes up. Oh, and the follow from Kuzminskas.
Maciulis and Kuzminskas just really coming out big defensively and on that offensive possession for Lithuania.
Maciulis was able to tap it ahead. Now Nedovic put up an air ball.
And nobody on the Serbian bench can believe it. That was from good 8.5 meters. Why did Nedovic shoot it so early? Look at the play right here by Maciulis and a follow-up by Kuzminskas. Kuzminskas is so dangerous. That's his 3rd offensive rebound. He scores off that.
9 points for Kuzminskas. The fans loving him and the effort. Tremendous effort from both teams. Kalnietis, bounce pass to Valanciunas, and Lithuania back in front. So Teodosic back into the game for Serbia. Bogdanovic for 3, and Simonovic with the rebound. Kuzmic now passes to Markovic for 3. That was short. Sabutis brings it up the floor. Kalnietis goes over to the right corner. Kavaliauskas comes up to set the pick. Sabutis goes right at Teodosic, and Teodosic blocked the shot.
And look at Teodosic. You don't see it so often that he would be blocking shots, but he recovers on that play. I thought that Sabutis had a clear advantage when he was driving with his speed.
Here are the Lithuanian drums. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Kalnietis looks for space. 3 on the shot clock. Sabutis for 3. Kuzminskas kept it alive, and Bogdanovic now brings it up for Serbia. Here he goes. Pass back out to Markovic. Markovic looks for space. Teodosic goes inside, puts up a jumper. It's blocked, and Lithuania's defense holds.
That was great help side defense. Teodosic almost beat his player, but immediately two players come from the help side.
Now Kalnietis. Lithuania with a 1-point lead. Final minute of the third quarter. Kuzminskas. Here's Maciulis. He's going to go at Simonovic. Simonovic says that he was hooked by Maciulis. I think he might have a point. But the foul's on Simonovic.
He's such a hard-nosed player. Look at it right here. He just puts his head down. He uses the elbow and the hand, okay?
Yeah, isn't that a foul on Maciulis? I've seen him call that.
But he's smart about it because he dips the shoulder, then he puts the elbow first and then the hand. So I think this is why he gets away with that. But how about the defense of Lithuania, again, just coming from nowhere. All of a sudden, they are all over the Serbian players. You have to love it if you coach Kazlauskas, the help side defense. Not one. Immediately, two players come from the help side to stop on that last penetration, Teodosic.
Absolutely. Terrific defensive stand, and the Lithuanian fans are in all those wonderful colors that they always bring to international basketball.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of cars that have been started up there in Lithuania. They're ready to come down here to Lille if their team advances.
And the second one is good as well. Maciulis now comes out for a breather. Jankunas comes in. So Kazlauskas really working his bench.
I mean, you talk about great atmosphere. How about yesterday? Almost 27,000 people came here for the semifinal game number 1 that saw Spain upset the home France. What an atmosphere that was. Electrifying.
It was an incredible night, just like this one's turning out to be. The winner will face Spain in the final. The winner will qualify for the Olympics. 40 seconds now in this quarter, 10 on the shot clock. Teodosic trapped, passes out of it to Markovic. They find Bogdanovic open, and he misses the shot. Now Kalnietis changes directions. And it goes to Kuzminskas, holds his ground, goes up for the dunk. What a play!
What a strong move by Kuzminskas. He waited and then just exploded.
11 points now for Kuzminskas. Bjelica. Markovic. And that is how it finishes. Serbia get close again, but they end up trailing 48-43 at the end of the third quarter. Kuzminskas shakes and bakes again. This time he gets it inside, passes over to Sabutis. Sabutis gets inside, puts it up off the glass.
That is unbelievable how he recovered. I thought he completely lost handle on the ball, but somehow finds it in his hands and lays it in.
That's the 5 for Serbia on the floor. Teodosic, Radjulica, Bjelica, Bogdanovic and Nedovic, and Bjelica has been quiet for his lofty standards, hasn't he?
I agree. He hasn't been able to really get going offensively or involve his teammates with his assists. But how about the contribution of Kavaliauskas? What do you say about that?
Yeah, that's a well thought out plan by Jonas Kazlauskas to bring him in tonight. Entry pass, give and go, and a foul by Kalnietis.
Kavaliauskas got 0 points, but he's got 4 fouls. And I mean, he has used his fouls so well. As the foul here on Bogdanovic. That was the last penetration. Just the Serbian defense kind of opened up. So it was not going anywhere, Seibutis, with the penetration.
Kalnietis pressuring Teodosic. Bogdanovic gets it to Raduljica, and he goes up, and he had the matchup that he wanted, but he just couldn't get it to go down. Look at the Serbian fans, nervous times for Serbia. Kalnietis pulls up, drills the jump shot, and Djordjevic has to call timeout with Lithuania pushing the lead back to 9. Nedovic bounce pass to Raduljica, and foul on Kavaliauskas.
That is number 5. That's it for him.
I think it's on 4. No, this is 4th Kavaliauskas.
I would think that he has 4 fouls there. He must have taken one of the fouls away from him because there's 4 dots.
They called one on Kalnietis. He rubs his shoulder, showing that he was hit. Now Valanciunas comes back in. And I'll tell you what, George, there's some impressive beards on display here. One of them is Raduljica. He has to come out because he's got a cut, and they're able to replace him with a good free throw shooter in Erceg, but Raduljica was a good free throw shooter himself.
But it's not a bad option there because Erceg, look at the scratches there on the arm of Raduljica.
And he has to come off the bench, and he misses the free throw. So there you see difficult situation there. So unfortunate for him and Serbia. Look at that. First point of the day for Erceg.
After scoring 20 in the last game.
But different opposition, I would suggest.
And I would have to agree.
This is a much tougher proposition here against Lithuania. Kalnietis. And his pass, I think Erceg got a hand on it, into the hands of Teodosic. Erceg pushes it up the floor quickly. Bjelica. Milosavljevic is in. He passes it to Bjelica. And good hustle from Nedovic, almost to get it back, but it goes over to Kalnietis.
You just really have to watch out on boxing out Nedovic because he's going to go for the offensive rebounds.
35 rebounds for Lithuania, 22 for Serbia. Now another turnover.
There was absolutely nobody there in the corner because Seibutis just decided to cut under the basket. I'm not sure about that. I think that you have to stretch it out. If Valanciunas is going to the post, you see Seibutis cutting,
yeah.
He should have stayed in the corner. Stretch out the defense.
Teodosic, back to Erceg. Nedovic drives, takes the bump, and puts it up and in.
What a strong drive by Nedovic. Only he from the Serbian team can complete a play like that. A phenomenal display of athleticism by Nedovic. And that's 4 fouls on Jankunas. Look at it one more time. Look at the contact from Jankunas over Kuzminskas.
He did a little bit of everything, but that's how tough it is for Serbia today, trying to get points. Now, Bachulis is going to come into the game for Jankunas, who has the 4 fouls. He does this to keep the players fresh, but also to keep them in the game longer. And the free throw is good. So back to a 5-point deficit now for Serbia. Sabutis passes up the jumper, drives in, puts it up and in.
And that was working early on in the game, the first quarter, just driving at the basket. Sabutis on Teodosic again.
Nedovic brought it up quickly. He gives it to Bjelica. Count it! The big players show up at the big moments.
And that's Bjelica with his first three-pointer, if I'm not mistaken.
Second,
yeah, 2 for 5. And Serbia still only 5 for 26 from the three.
Sabutis has the ball knocked out of his hands, I think, by Teodosic.
But he's taking chances by driving so hard. I mean, Erceg was there. A lot of players there defensively, and Sabutis just takes it hard down the middle. Look at it one more time. That was a lot of wide jerseys there.
I know, it was knocked out by the Erceg. Kaunietis, 4 on the shot clock. Sabutis goes to work, gets in the lane, puts it up, and Kaunietis crashes the boards, but great defense from Teodosic. Doesn't hit anything, so it goes back over to Serbia.
This time he really holds his ground, forces an extremely tough shot. For Sabutis, misses everything.
Still getting treatment is Radjelica on that cut. He wants to go back in the game.
They cannot really tape it up because it is so high.
Erceg puts the ball on the deck, gets inside, 2 shots.
That's a smart play by Erceg. He just draws Valanciunas away from the basket with his pump fake. You have to respect his shot. That's why Valanciunas had to come out and guard him. And on the recovery, he fouls him. Tell you what, Erceg has a tough game. He's got only 1 point, I think, from that free throw, and this is almost a key play.
It is. Well, the coach has been going with Radjelica. He's been mixing and matching his lineup, shaking it up. Erceg is at the line and misses another one.
That's a second miss, and in my book, that is a rare miss there for Zoran Erceg.
Well, he came into this game tonight shooting 82% at the line. Makes the second. He had some huge games for Galatasaray this past season. Kaunietis gets it to Kuzminskis in the corner. And now a foul on Valanciunas. And the Turkish referee, who just called him for one at that end, at the other end, now calls it on the rebound.
And that is number 4. I am not sure if that's a smart play there by Valanciunas to challenge it. Erceg like that, I mean, you just put your hands away, just give up on it.
So good call by the ref. And Yankunas now comes back in for Valanciunas. Remember, Lithuania made it to the semifinals last year at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Serbia got to the final. These are 2 heavyweight basketball countries. So Erceg hasn't been scoring, but he's getting into his rhythm now at the free throw line.
But I'll tell you what, Jeff, I'm marking down 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the game, and a 4th foul for Valanciunas. This could be a crucial play of the game.
Both free throws good as well, and no doubt about it. Seems like Lithuania have gone away from Mačiulis. Oh, the bounce pass kicked. So still Lithuania ball.
I'm really looking for Mačiulis to pick things up, because with Valanciunas on the bench, who's going to be the go-to guy? Kuzminskas missed his last 3-pointer.
Here's Mačiulis backing up Bjelica. And fouled. So back to live action. Kaunietis and Lithuania leading by 1. And Kaunietis puts up a 3. That's a huge 3 from a player who has done so much for Lithuania over the years.
Absolutely a huge shot by Kaunietis. I don't know if that was drawn up, but it worked.
Nedovic over to Bjelica. And Bjelica charges.
And that's a great position defense there by Jankunas. He's on the ground. Let's hope that he just only got a win, knocked out of himself by Bjelica.
Djordjevic was acting like they should have caught a technical, I think, on Jankunas. Watch this.
He's there. I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah, I didn't see a flop. Unless I'm reading his body language wrong.
How about the last three-pointer by Mantas Kalnietis? Going to this game, he's shooting only 24%.
Yeah, but don't forget against Italy, he hit a big three-pointer as well.
True, but he's been missing a lot. I mean, in the group phase, it was something that he spoke about. He said, hey, I'm happy about my playmaking ability. I'm making nice passes, but I have to pick it up from the outside.
Well, he doesn't make them all, but he does make some big ones, that's for sure. And he's got the ball right now, Kalnietis. Bounce pass, and it goes. Jankunas, terrific defense from Markovic. Not in my house.
How tough is Markovic? Just coming with an incredible block shot on a lot bigger Jankunas. Look at it one more time. I told you, this guy was as tough as nails.
7 on the shot clock. Jankunas gets inside, puts it up, and the rebound from Kalinic. So Kalinic back in the game. Nedovic made it look like he was going to put up a three, and then Maciulis just reaches in and makes the steal.
That was a really lackadaisical pass there from Nedovic to Kalinic.
Now Maciulis trying to post up Misajevic. And Nedovic with a foul. Teodosic could be coming in for Nedovic. And Bogdanovic also coming back into the game.
That was a foul on Nedovic there in the pick and roll situation. He gets after it, but sometimes he just gotta keep it under control.
You saw the worried look of the young Serbian fan, and you hear the chants of the Lithuanian fans. Oh, that pass was never going to make it from Kalnietis. That's another turnover from him. And Kalnietis fouls Teodosic, so that is free throws for Serbia. That is a gift.
But you immediately knew that that pass was not going to make it when it left the hands of Kalnietis.
8 turnovers, but 8 assists for Kalnietis.
You know what's tough for Lithuania? They just don't really have a backup for him. There's no typical point guard there.
He's close to a triple-double, you know. He's already got the points, 11 points. He's got the 8 assists and the 8 turnovers.
The only true backup point guard that Kazlauskas got at his disposal is
Lekavicius, sorry, the number 14. We saw him play.
But he's only 1.80 m, so you really give up a lot of size if you put him in a game.
Just as crucial as the turnover was the foul on Teodosic. So Kalnietis now brings it back. Jankunas. And Teodosic reached in, knocked it out of his hands, but can you believe Kuzminskas got it back and put it up for a layup?
That is straight luck there for the Lithuanians. Kuzminskas just picks up what you call garbage in my book.
And the pass, Bogdanovic backs up Kalnietis in the lane. Now he dumps it to Kalinic, and Kalinic puts it up. And now he might be warned about hitting the ball. Nope, they don't warn him. Back to a 2-point game, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Boy, back-to-back thrillers for semifinals. Sabudas gets the pick, gets inside, puts it up and in.
How about Rolandas Seibutis, what he is providing for his team today? I mean, it's been from the first second, he is attacking the basket and he's up to double digits, 10 points.
You have 4 players now in double digits for Lithuania.
But Seibutis didn't have the same confidence in the game before.
And inside, Kuzminskas goes up for the rebound. Markovic was there almost for the steal. Kaunietis to Maciulis, who goes up strong, and it looked like he was blocked, and a foul has been called by the Latvian referee.
Let's see the replay.
Well, Djordjevic is incensed. Well, unless he got him with some body, and I don't think so.
This is the foul. I think that they could have called it on Teodosic, but then you have to let it go if you don't call the foul on Teodosic.
Yeah, I just think Serbia, extremely tough call against them. And Maciulis goes to the line. It's kind of carnival atmosphere here for the Lithuanian fans. Lille has never seen anything like it. Maciulis with 8 points. Now 9.
Jankunas goes out, and back is Valanciunas.
This is the main event, folks. You see Domas Sabonis there on the right. The Gonzaga rising sophomore. He hasn't been in this game. Here's Markovic. 5-point lead. Over to Bogdanovic. And Bogdanovic gets inside and draws the foul.
Was Bielica actually on the drive? And he's going to go to the free throw line.
Sorry, Bielica. 62, 63. They don't have the right score on the main scoreboard. It should be 63-57. It should be 63-57. And the Lithuanian bench is complaining that it should be 63-57. So I think they're going to sort that out. And now they have put the point on. That's what I was looking at.
Yep.
That's why I got it wrong. Big free throws for Bielica. Second one is good. Neither team giving an inch, really. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. Serbia unbeaten at this EuroBasket. Look at Bielica. 10 points now. He's averaging 14.7. Seibutis for 3. Short. Markovic looks up the floor. Passes to Bielica. Radjulica back in the game. He's going to go to work on Valanciunas. Valanciunas has the 4 fouls. Bogdanovic for 3. Off the back of the rim, and Seibutis with the rebound.
That was a huge possession. A double team there helped for Valanciunas when he was guarding Radjulica. A 2-man game.
Kaunietis. And Radjulica stepped in front of him, 2 on the shot clock. Seibutis finds some space, and Radjulica gets the long rebound. Now quickly over to Teodosic. And Kaunietis reaches in and fouls. 4 fouls now on Kaunietis.
And 2 free throws for Serbia.
Crucial play, and Teodosic has been making his free throws.
And you stop the clock, 4 for 4 from Teodosic, so you know that he was waiting for that contact, for the foul to be called.
Yeah, and really that's twice now that Kaunietis has fouled Teodosic. And when he wasn't in a threatening position. Takes his time, makes it, so he goes to 5 of 5. The free throws were important, folks. 19 of 24 for Serbia tonight, 79%. Boy, there was no doubt about it. And so it comes down now to Serbia's defense. Can they get a stop? Serbudis keeps the ball, puts it up, misses. Bjelica with the rebound. Serbia probably rode their luck a little bit there.
Serbudis had a pretty good look at the basket, but had to kind of change his shot in midair.
50 seconds. Teodosic behind the back pass to Bjelica. Bjelica goes up. There's contact, no call. Jankunas reaches in and Kaunietis comes out with it.
What a chance there by Valanciunas. He went for the block and he's got 4 fouls. I don't think he had any other chance.
Kuzminskas. Now Serbudis again, 8 on the shot clock. Serbia need a stop. And Raduljica fouls with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Incredible. He had a mental lapse.
You play great defense, hard defense there for 20 seconds. And this is a cheap foul there by Raduljica.
Boy, Raduljica has absolutely bailed out Lithuania.
Because Lithuania was not getting done anything offensively. They haven't been able to set up a shot there really for the last 2-3 minutes. It was all off turnovers, fast breaks, but on the sets, 5-on-5 half-court set, I didn't see anything from them for good 3-4 possessions.
Well, these are key free throws. And that takes it up to a 3-point lead now. Well, they've shot the ball well at the line too. 12 of 13 as a team. Lithuania, 92%. Remember, Spain shot it extremely well last night against France. And he makes both. So back to a 4-point lead. And Djordjevic said he did not want a timeout.
Hey, he doesn't want to burn his 3rd timeout and last timeout of the second half.
They tried to get Nedovic into the game. Oh, Teodosic. Now he's got to hurry to get it across. Final 16 seconds. Teodosic. Oh, incredible! He hit the 3! There's only one player that can do that, and you know who it is, Milos Teodosic. 13.7 seconds left. Will Serbia commit a foul? That might be the play.
They're going to play some hard defense, maybe go for the steal, but then they're going to have to foul early.
And they do get it inbounds to Serbudis. Isajevic fouls.
Serbudis is 2 for 2 today, and in the tournament, he's 75% free throw shooter, so not a bad option there to have at the line. And he scored some key points today, so I think that he's got his confidence going. He's got 12 points in the game.
I'll tell you what, I can't help but think that Teodosic may be about to win this game for Serbia, but we'll see if Lithuania can close it out. Serbudis.
Key free throws, just like yesterday. Key part of the game.
Makes the first, so it's a 2-point game. All the summer of preparations comes down to this.
I'm watching the president, Sabonis, just biting his nails. I mean, he's really emotional about his game.
Living every second. He misses the second, and Bogdanovic has it. Will Serbia go for a 3 or a 2? Bogdanovic gets inside. He fumbles. He gets in. Kaunietis gets the rebound with 5.4 seconds. Now, Lithuania, I don't know why you don't, well, it's easy to second guess here.
He was going
maybe get it to Teodosic.
But he was going full speed, open court.
He just lost his footing.
Yep. He really didn't have it.
Well, you feel bad for Bogdanovic because he's made so many big plays. But now Lithuania, if they can make both of these, you think it's over. If they make one, Serbia will have a chance.
Kaunietis today has not shot a free throw. He makes the first one. 67 for the tournament. 67%.
Raduljic watching from the bench. Kauniotis makes just one now. Teodosic, don't give up on Serbia, folks. Oh, Maciulis knocks it away. Lithuania have claimed another famous victory at the EuroBasket. They have qualified for the Olympics. They will play Spain in the title game of this wonderful competition. 67-64, Lithuania win a thriller.